month earlier than we're normally on air.
You've already done
Saturday
2 games.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Here in the South Melbourne Richard Marsden studios, I can see Hose classing up the joint.
Oh.
That's a good start because it goes hard downhill from there. Fat,
Hello, Jimmy.
what sort of nick are you in?
I'm good.
You don't look good.
Couple of pints at the bot last night.
Have a listen to the gravel in his voice.
Started watching the game. I had to stay because I couldn't go home because it was so close. So I
Well, you
stayed
got
there till the
Wi-Fi
end.
at your joint now.
I know. First time in 2 years I've set up Wi-Fi. How good's that, Damo? Do you know what Wi-Fi is? Damien, welcome, the bearded one.
Did you start the new year at the bot?
Yeah,
Where you finished
did.
last year?
where I finished.
Yeah, exactly. Of course he did. So, Bernard, he's a 57-year-old man who, for the first time in his life, has Wi-Fi in his house.
Wi-Fi. He's only just got it,
Yep,
Jim.
just this week.
It's going
It
to be
does not
dangerous on a lot
surprise
of
me.
levels.
I was telling him last night, yeah. Yes, Damien. I was telling him I'm only 45, Jim, last night at the box.
Oh, you're rolling as a 45-year-old. Yeah, that would have gone well.
So don't go with the 57
Nah, okay.
crap, all right?
I want the truth.
Tell you what.
We'll avoid that, will we?
What do they like? The old
Sort of
big,
trained off a bit there, Bill, too, by the look of you.
oh, the big fat.
Bernie's gone early.
Tell you what, they just kept coming.
Oh, of course they did.
Did they?
What the
Take
beers?
a vending machine. Go take a ticket, Dale. I'll be with you in a minute. I'll come and have a chat with you.
Hose, how
I
likely
think
is
I'm going to
that?
resign on the spot.
And Bernard's in Adelaide.
Oh, Bernie.
Yeah, no, it is. It's too early. It's 40 degrees over here today.
It is
It's
here
been
too.
38, 40, 39. We're up to about race 7 at Murray Bridge already, so it's nearly done.
Was
But
that
Adelaide-
Texan we saw down the screen a minute ago?
It was. He just walked through. He did Dead Set Legends here today in Adelaide. So, I don't know. He doesn't make any sense. I think he spoke to you for 5 or 6 minutes.
did.
and
He
didn't
you
know it
looked
was me.
confused.
I,
You look confused.
I always forget that these two idiots live together.
Remember they lived-
Yeah, they did
yeah.
for how many years?
They got robbed.
Oh, 5 or 6 or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
And they were home.
the Crouch boys robbed them at the balaclavas on. Middle of a footy show cross.
Remember that
Betty
photo
Yates.
they sent out? He was wicket keeping behind the
Yeah,
stumps, and
absolutely.
Tex was batting.
The Ashes.
You had your helmet on, I think.
Actually, we're doing a live cross to the footy show.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
right.
Is that what
And
it was?
we didn't realise we're on because we're looking at the
Yeah, that's it.
camera, and in the background there was balaclavas. Our bikes were getting
That's
walked
it.
out. Our bags.
They've
our
grabbed your
trophies.
DVD player and the TV started
TV
moving
was
out.
gone. We're like, what are you guys laughing at? The crowd was laughing.
It
and we
was
turn
funny.
around. Oh, who's that?
You just
Matty
thought
Hedge.
you were funny, did you?
Yeah, well, that was back when I used to be
Sexty.
funny, Bill.
Oh, no. I went to Perth with Byrne just recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not funny.
Oh,
On the panel was Matthew Pavlich
oh, Super
yeah.
Pav.
He's funny.
and Byrne. And Pav was funny. Let me tell you. What about we went to this launch
Bill.
because
A little bit nasally.
you, yeah,
Yes.
you knocked it back.
I was away.
What? A what?
I wasn't in town,
You,
Fat.
Away.
you and then Brian.
Hose, I was away.
What about BT?
Wasn't it paying that much?
No, it was no payer.
Oh.
Because it's Triple M
Oh,
over there.
Jim
Perth.
wouldn't have been near that.
So guess who had to go?
You.
Poor old Fat and Bernie had to go. And we got there and have you been to Perth much at all, Bernie?
Not a lot.
Only
no.
when you won the grand
I was
final.
going to
and got
say, he was in
the
the ring, the Melbourne players on that night.
Actually, last time I was there, I won a premiership.
They weren't sure who he was. But anyway, it was all good. Didn't know you played for Melbourne. We got to Crown. What happened there when you went to get your room?
Well, I couldn't find my room to start with, and for some reason, Anthony Brownless had 2.
Big fat had 2. No room for Bernie. Didn't know who
So
he
did you
was.
give Byrne one?
No.
No, he didn't.
I swapped between both. And then on the name tag, on the lunch name tag, Triple M, it's got B Vine. That was Oh, grapevine.
Grapevine.
Oh, I've got to ask you, Damo.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. How is Happy Jim? Because he looks all
Oh,
right now.
no.
But this morning, what time did you have to
Oh,
get
you
up
should
and
have seen
fly
this
out?
morning.
Yeah,
So
tell-
you know he's not a morning person,
No,
despite
no,
doing
no.
breakfast radio
I
for
am not.
15 years. I saw him at the Qantas Club, and I was with Howie. We were just having a nice little coffee, a nice little chat, and then we saw this little this figure just try and sneak in around the corner, and I think he wanted to find his own little spot. But how he saw him, called him over. You weren't happy.
No.
It was 5:45 when I saw you, I think. But
I was very happy to abandon you.
yeah, you
and
were.
Fat
In fact,
and
you were trying
Bernard
to.
and Hose, and just be a no-show.
Yeah.
I was happy to do that
So why do you sneak away on your own that? Just
because I'm a
bit of
private person.
Oh, and then he goes, private. Got to tell Yui we're not doing this again. We can't do
Ewan.
this
Oh,
again.
He's been told.
I'm not
you.
flying this early
is
ever
the very
again.
last time.
Have you? Your hair was red last night.
No, it wasn't. That was you being stupid.
It was red
Yes.
this morning.
Mate, because we had this Zoom yesterday because you were up at the Gabba and I was
Yeah,
here.
busy.
On Wi-Fi.
Because you've got Wi-Fi, yeah.
Working.
Well, I was here, and but a red rinse was through your hair last night.
Wasn't.
But it's on the socials.
Well, you can see it now that it isn't.
I
So what
sat
have I got
behind
rid
you
of it
today.
in one day?
I think you had a shower this morning and
yeah.
got rid of the red
On
rinse.
tell you
Triple M
who's
rush hour, just
Yeah,
if you wanted to
that's
go
it,
have a
thank
look
you.
and vote.
Who's responsible for that is Idiot Beersy.
Anyway,
Who's one of the 3 idiots that run that department. We've got
there's another one
Jasper,
today.
and now poor old Bernard, whose name actually is Bernard.
It's Bernard.
No, I'm calling him Bernard.
All right.
He's poor bastard's been roped in, so he's turned into an idiot as well. There's 3 of them. But Beersy's the main one.
So 1,850 votes on the socials, right? Has Jim had a red rinse through his hair?
Oh, how do you reckon that went?
1,850 votes.
Honestly, how do you reckon? Let's take a wild guess at how that vote went.
1,838.
They know.
Yes.
100.
98%.
They know, Bill.
98.
Oh, of course
Well,
they
Bill,
do.
I sat behind Jim on the plane today, and it was listening.
Just like your
red.
purple.
Damo.
Glistening.
It was.
Anyway, Carrot Top, come on. What's on the show, Carrot
Did you
Top?
just have a
Bluey.
close look at Damo's beard? Yeah, it's got a lot of grey in it. I'd get rid of that.
Was you?
Yeah.
Yeah, too much grey.
What are you thinking there, Damo?
Yeah.
Is that cool? Do you think that looks cool?
Just going with a different look for it.
At least he can grow one, Bernard.
Yeah.
Oh, actually,
You
yeah.
and Jim need 6 months to get any
No,
form
I
of growth.
can't grow a beard, but if I could, it wouldn't look like that.
When I was at the airport too, Jim, a guy came and grabbed. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Call him Big Red or Ginger.
Should I let it go a bit longer?
No,
No.
No,
get
just
rid
get rid of it.
I'm giving you strong advice, Purple. Get rid of it.
Well, you're in a
Santa
minority, Jim. I've got good feedback to
Or
it.
colour it like your hair. But there you
Never coloured hair,
You
never
can colour
coloured.
a beard, I'm pretty sure.
Islands in
Now,
the
a
stream.
guy grabbed me at the airport today too, and he saw Jim upon arrival
a
in
guy
Brisbane.
grabbed-
He did.
No,
After
yeah,
he saw me talking
Ginger.
to you, he
Have
said,
a
"Hey,"
listen to this.
he said, "Your mate
Lead
yesterday,
in.
he must have been a Carlton supporter because he flew in with you, and he said." He's never seen a man look more in a state of disrepair than
What
you
are
when
you
you
talking
got
about?
when you got off the plane. He said you were a mess,
Mess.
an absolute mess. He
How?
said you're wearing a white t-shirt, but it wasn't white, or it had been white at some stage of his life.
Nonsense.
That's
I mean,
the
you're
risk.
making stuff up.
He said you went straight from exiting the airplane to the men's room to a clothes shop. We need
Did you
explanation.
buy
Might
what?
have,
You've bought a new top.
might have gone to a clothes shop.
What for?
Well, I was in the plane eating food, and it was one of those salads with the dressing on it.
Yeah.
And,
No.
In seat 1A.
Here we
But
go.
no.
Yeah.
No.
and
In
Olive,
46B.
and Olive got away from me. Literally rolled straight down.
He said it was
I had a
dirty.
stripe down my t-shirt. So I had to slide into one of those shops and buy a top.
How much did it cost?
$40 or something.
Is that the top you wear?
I'm wearing it now.
Yep. Goes with your red hair.
$40.
It does go, Ginger, with your red hair.
$40. Now, you can all go with whatever you want to go with, but I've got some proper mail here.
Have you?
Oh, hello.
Proper.
I like
Let's
it.
go to a break.
All right?
Oh,
Could be about you. I
And
think.
it came to me through an impeccable source.
Oh, hello.
And I'm reading what was sent to me.
They're the best ones, Jim. the
Yeah,
impeccable
of
ones.
course.
They're the only ones you deal with.
Of course.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Fat gets a message
no.
here at Triple M. Cold call this is, Bernard, by the way.
Cool.
Yeah. From a casting agent.
What, just to the front desk?
The front desk.
Okay.
So Fat thinks it's going to be another reality thing.
Yeah.
Because the jungle went so well for him. But he thinks, right,
Gladiators.
someone's going to want me to do something like that. That's what he's thinking.
Yep.
But apparently, no. And Hose, you know that this is true because
Yes.
our reception of.
Petra
Yep, that's it.
is very reliable.
Exactly.
And told everyone before me. I had a chat to Petra.
The bloke is a casting agent and he's casting a movie.
Yeah, Jim.
A movie to
Yeah.
be shot on the Gold Coast. So it's rare, Bernard, to see Fat sheepish. So we kangaroo courted him on the rush hour and said, righto, what the hell's going on? And he's looking down and around and not saying too much. And what he wouldn't cough up was the name of the movie they're trying to cast him in.
He's not
Not in a movie.
No. He's not. Of course, he's not going to
casting.
do it.
You got to go and sit on the casting
Have you got the
couch.
gig?
Oh,
Do you have to read lines and stuff?
Well, we'll see. I've got a few lines there.
Do you have to say lines?
Guess what the
Probably.
movie is?
All right. So, hang on. You don't know.
You don't.
We
know.
know.
do.
All right. We've done some digging around.
I've been casted.
Well, I've been casted.
Caster rated.
We've done some digging around,
Yes.
and we think we know what the movie
Oh,
is.
here we go. This will be.
So, Purple, I know
No,
you've,
we've done
I know
some digging,
you've
Bill.
had some mail.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. What do you got, Purple? This is when you come in.
Well, my sources tell me the new movie that you have been asked to be in, Bill,
Oh, here we go.
could be a remake of one that was made in 1980.
Right?
Right.
So it's a sequel.
Yep.
Right.
Elephant Man 2.
Yeah. Well,
How long did it take to think of that?
No, Jim gave me that.
That's an option, Bernard.
Oh, Jim gave me that.
Bill could say this line.
No, no! I could.
Can't get that wrong.
That was
That
me.
sounds like Fat North.
last night. That was at the bot.
You got your Wi-Fi back.
45-year-old.
That's it. What have you heard, Bernard?
Well, I've got a lot of mates
here
up
we
on the
go.
Gold Coast. Got a lot of mates up
Get
on the
it
Gold
right.
Coast.
Get it right, Ben.
I've heard. Now, this is a remake too. The Lamb Shake Redemption.
Couldn't even get it either.
Say it again, Bert.
Yes.
The Lamb Shake Redemption.
That's not bad.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Oh,
What have you heard, Jim?
I heard, and it's interesting they'd shoot this on the Gold Coast
yeah.
because it's a bit more local, but I heard it's called the Hippo of Packington Street. I don't know how they're going to recreate Packington Street on the Goldie, but that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, well, if it's
you
none of
know
those,
that.
if it's none of those three,
Here we go.
it might be bulk fiction.
Could be.
Bernie.
Could easily be, Bernard.
Bernie.
Well, I've got other mates up on the Gold Coast too, and they heard something different.
What they
They
hear?
heard The Hangover 4, The Fattening.
I'm offended.
Oh, I like it, but it's going to be none of them.
No.
Oh,
Another remake.
go.
There are remakes everywhere, and the Gold Coast has become a movie hub. I'm hearing Lord of the Onion Rings. I'm hearing that might be an option. I don't know.
I'm gonna go
On
tell
one of the
you.
calls I made, some
Oh.
bloke said there is a movie being made up there.
There he is.
Yeah. And he thinks you could be involved.
Yes.
Free Billy.
Oh,
Well, SeaWorld.
last night, Free Willy.
Yes, I like
hang
that.
on.
Righto.
Have we
And my
run out?
last mate on the Gold Coast. My last mate up there.
Oh, you're right. You got another.
Righto.
Fat and fatter.
Well,
Jim Carrey's going to be in it too.
I'm going to read you a paragraph, you flog.
All right, go on.
This is from Apsy, the bloke who's
Apsy.
the...
Apsy.
Is that his name?
Greg.
Oh, the agent.
Name
Greg
basis.
Apsy.
Righto, go on.
I have attached the full screenplay and also the audition scenes for Crusher. That's I'm Crusher.
Crusher.
That's
that
the
your character?
character.
Crusher.
That's my character.
What's Crusher?
I'm a
What, are
big...
you sitting on people?
No,
You sit at a bar and drink?
I'm a thug. I'm a thug because it's a gangster.
Oh, my God.
But I've got a good heart and I'm actually a good gangster, but my nickname's going to be Crusher.
My God.
You've got to do this now.
All right. So, Hose,
Yes.
if people who listen to this show, and there are millions, have got some suggestions as to what the movie's going to be called up on the Gold
Yes,
Coast,
please.
how do they get involved in that?
At Triple M Footy on our Instagram. That'd be great. Jasper's about to put up a thing that you can reply to.
I think that you can.
Is that fair dinkum Crusher? Was he taking the piss as well?
101 pages. This is the actual whole
No,
movie.
he reckons he's going to be Crusher.
He's got a script.
gangster.
He actually has. I can
no.
see it.
Yeah.
Sydney Airport, Terminal 1, we are at first day. Crusher's there.
Right. There we are.
And Johnny, and then there's Beam. Oh,
he's a-
jeez. Yeah,
Beam.
I got any words yet?
Well, there's a couple that didn't make the cut, apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
Life of Pi,
You've been working hard, Jim.
Grease, because Bill thought it was about chips. Ah, there we go. So anyway, jump on Instagram
Yes.
and
Triple M Footy.
give us your suggestions.
Crusher hasn't got a lot of words.
Thank God.
I would hope there aren't any. peeled a couple
No,
of
no,
layers
hit it,
back off
hit it.
air.
We did.
Hit it.
We
Because
did.
we're not sure who's responsible for this.
Who do
how
you think
much
should
of
be
it's
presenting
Bernard
this? Yeah.
and how much of it's Rosemary.
Well,
It's a team effort.
I think
Good.
Rosie, Jim, does as much as 80%
80.
of Nuff every single
Well,
week.
she's always been a mischievous person, host. There's never been any doubt about it. All right, new opener.
Yes, thank you, DC.
Right, here we go.
I told you, homeboy.
I won Nuff of the Year. How do I win that?
You're unbelievable.
It's
Unbelievable. Inks.
Could have given it a bit. Tarkos.
That's what you call a nuff. Oh, Louis, he still made the cut.
Every time I see him, get rid of that. I'm sick of hearing about that. He forgets he's a bogan from Warrnambool. He forgets that.
Yes.
Hopefully he's not listening today.
Steve,
He
was
will be
still there.
listening.
Stevie.
Yes.
Yes, Nuff is away for 2024.
Righto.
Now, we've only obviously had the 2 games, so not a lot to pick from this footy season. But we've had the cricket season. There's been a bit over the cricket over the summer.
Here
so
we go.
Goodness.
And I'm going to call him your man, Jim, because he's yours if he's going to continue doing this stuff. Now, at the test match here at the cricket, and I think you put him up to this, and there's a bit of audio with you saying why he did this, but just turned full Nuffy at Adelaide Oval. Greg Blewett, this is.
And I said to him, he's got to go all Ric Flair on us. After he does it, he's got to give it some. Whoa!
Oh no!
That's
Here he
what's
goes.
got
Here
it.
he goes. Here he goes. Oh!
All right, that'll do.
Have a look at me about it. Just
Oh, Ric Flair! Perfect!
What is wrong with
I liked
him?
it.
That
I
was
liked
funny
it.
TV.
That opens the play, doesn't it? The bell.
Yes.
They don't do that
Every day's
anywhere else.
play.
Just here.
Oh, Lords is the only one that plays.
Lords,
I know
yeah,
they
right.
do it. It's
Adelaide
great.
thing, Bill.
Great tradition.
I mean, a
And
good
while
thing
we're-
to start the play. What are we going to do? Let's ring the bell.
What do you do with Geelong?
Yeah, what do you do?
We
Geelong?
ring the bell.
He just thought of it. They do. Hey,
Oh, no.
Speaking of the Adelaide Test, well, Bill, you say Adelaide. Can you say it?
Adelaide.
Yeah, not that hard, is it?
No,
Well,
well.
it's hard for some. Oh, Gussie Wallen. Now, there's 2 separate ones here.
Come on,
They
Gussie.
do sound like the same one, but Adelaide's not that hard to say.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval.
There's the first one. I
Yeah.
think he's trying to go too quick, but this is only about 5 minutes later.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval.
I think he's trying to pump it out
Come
too
on,
quick. He's doing a Nath Brown, and I don't know. They throw to him and ask him a question too, and I don't even know what this noise is or how he talks straight after it either.
Gus Wallen's out and about. Gussie, that'll give you a lift. Where are you?
Unbelievable. Just watched a big fella at Canfield. It's the biggest pub in Australia.
Was he panicking? I actually don't know, but it sounds like he's panicking because he wasn't quite ready for it or something, but just break straight into
I've
stride.
never heard that.
Here
Can
it
you
is
do that
again.
again, Rose?
Yep.
And then he just breaks straight into conversation. I don't know what was happening
Come
there,
on,
but
Gus.
while we're on cricket, Brad Hodge now can come up with some big words, but not really good with manicured.
it resembles the lawn at your place. Actually, up that I saw yesterday. It's very, very nice. A nice even grass coverage.
I heard about that, Ferg. Very well manicured.
Yes.
Manicured, what they were saying about.
Manicured, I think he said.
Manicured.
Oh, now
Come
big Brendan Julian.
Jeez, you're focusing hard on cricket here, Bernard.
well, you
Rosie is anyway.
Oh, your mates, Jim.
Hey, team, remember?
Yes,
well answered
Rosie.
before too, Rose. Brendan Julian now
One of the great men.
NRMA sponsored a segment, I think, at the cricket, and well, he just battled to get that one out.
Brought to you by the NMA Insurance Adelaide Test Match.
I think he added a few letters to that one.
NMA.
NMA.
Guess what,
But
though,
he-
Bern?
I
He
think
still looked really good doing it.
Yeah, geez, he looks good.
Well,
he looks good.
Are
He
you
doesn't
not
age
going
that
back
bloke.
to the West
Nah,
Indies?
he's got
surely?
form, Jim.
Oh,
He's got
And the check and the trophy for the Well, Coral Trophy has been retained by Australia.
What was that, Bill?
Sir Frank.
Frank. Oh, my goodness.
My favourite part of that is the pause. You just see him, he's like he's eating a lemon
And
pill.
not only that, Bernard, if you see the vision, it's a pause and the look on his face is like he thinks a fart's coming. The funniest thing ever.
Oh, so funny. Keep it up, BJ, doing a great job. Looking good, though.
Always.
Pre-season, we've had a few games. Now, Sarah Hosking made her debut, and just because it's your debut doesn't mean I leave you out.
Now, they don't convert, but that turnover started with Bo McQuarrie out on the wing. Just that pressure that he allowed to come up to the ball carrier. Again, he's known for his strength.
Who was that again?
Shut up.
Shut up.
We love it on Triple M, don't we? Normally other stations just go, well, mistake, we'd leave that. But
Who was that again?
Joey Montagna just thought he'd bring it back on.
you, Joe.
Our man Will, now I did see him before. I think he should come back into the studio. Just
Will
tried
Ralston?
Will
about?
Ralston
Yeah,
did
yeah.
some calling, and if you're calling, sometimes you're not really up with how players are going, and I think he fell into that trap.
Now Sheasel. He's been a bit quieter than I would have thought so far today, Shoe Man. 19 touches. There you go. I must have missed a few of them.
Will! We got Rocket Eads yelling at him.
No.
Yelling at our man.
No, it
Rocket.
wasn't him. No, it wasn't him. We said it wasn't him.
Oh, it wasn't.
No,
They
it's
denied
impossible.
It wasn't him.
Yeah, there's video of it and audio of it, and it still wasn't
I think
him.
you retracted that, Jim, after the event.
Now, speaking of bells and buttons, there was a red button at Icon Park when you did your show live. Now, he's like a kid, Bill.
No, he is. That's exactly what he is.
Might as well have written, press button, please, and then he might not have pressed it.
Why
Here it is.
Oh,
No.
what's this red thing over there?
Oh, hang on, Bill.
What is it?
Bill, don't touch it.
No.
Oh,
It's the emergency siren.
so why would they put it in front of me, a big red button? Why would they do that, Rab?
If you hit that, the siren will sound across Icon Park.
I bet you it won't.
It will, we're not taking that bet. Bill,
No, it won't. Sure.
It actually works. What's a red button? What's the siren doing up here?
We've got a bloody siren.
We got a siren. Stop it. Oh, again. Won't stop.
It won't stop.
Not if you
It
press
won't
it.
stop.
You press it and it won't stop.
Amazing when you press the button, the siren goes.
But
Who
why
have
would
thought?
they have that there?
Well, that's because it's the siren.
Yeah, I know, but it's a commentary box. Like,
Well, it's probably the timekeeper's box
I
here.
wish a game was on. They would have stopped.
Stop the game. That would have been good.
Apparently, the next day, people from Carlton came up to have a go themselves.
It's become a thing, has it?
Yeah.
Hit it, please, hose.
Nuff of the week.
Well, it's really enough of the summer, really, isn't it? Because it's. I need to back over, and there is more cricket coming, Jim.
Oh, good.
One of your mates again,
Oh, no.
old Ferg. Old Ferg.
Ferguson.
Now, they crossed to him at a lunch break. I'm a bit worried what he was up to at the lunch break because, well, you do the maths and you tell me whether he was sampling what he's trying to talk about.
The only thing that would be better than this is to have a schooner with it. What do you reckon?
Oh, bang. Ice cold amber ale at some point would be really nice. What would be really nice? An amber ale would be delicious right now.
What is he saying?
I think he's trying to say amber ale, which isn't that hard, but let's have a listen how he goes. What is it with you cricketers and not being able to
Don't
talk?
say you cricketers. It's him and it's Blewett.
You can't
They're
talk, you
basically the
dummies.
same bloke.
Dummies, you are.
The same bloke.
Blewett and Ferguson are basically the same bloke.
And you.
And Gus. And
Well, Gussie,
BJ.
well,
What's wrong with you cricketers?
It's actually when they go to Adelaide too, isn't it?
no,
They get
That
on
was
the
all in
hits.
Adelaide.
That's what they do.
I'm not
Oh, is
sure.
that what they do?
Nice addition.
Well done.
But that's enough for cricket now. We'll
Yeah,
get
okay.
back onto footy.
Oh, I've got a few more. Or Hose has.
Yeah, exactly right.